Alright, chat, what's up? I hope you guys appreciate my my pre-stream song choice. I thought it was very apt for me personally, but also for my relationship with my my nemesis. I wouldn't really call him a nemesis necessarily. He's more like just somebody within my rogues gallery. Like, if I was the Batman, he wouldn't be my Joker. He would be like... I don't know. Maybe like my Calendar Man? Yeah, he's like my Calendar Man. I think that's that's an apt comparison. Killer Moth at best. Yeah, maybe Killer Moth. Specifically the Teen Titans Killer Moth. He's not Riddler. Riddler, like, as cringe as Edward Nygma is, Riddler's still kind of like a mainstay. Calendar Man is actually cool when used right. Yeah, but like, how often is he used right? But I thought that was apt. His obsession with me is becoming increasingly homoerotic, and I don't know why. I don't really understand why he's so obsessed with me. Because what we're covering tonight is the call-out document was supposed to be against Shinigami Ryan, who is in chat. But for some reason, like halfway through the document, he's just like, yeah, Mizu, the blue one, and the dirty, rotten, under the tea people. And I'm just like, what? I thought this document was about Ryan. Why are we like suddenly like a mainstay in this thing? The document is over 50 pages. But some of the pages are just pictures, so we'll see how it goes. Mizu starts posting ass pics. Sylvie goes after Mizu, seeing a pattern. Some of you probably already saw it in the thumbnail, but in the document, he literally says Mizu, comma, the blue one. And I'm like, is the blue one a thing now? Like, why does he just say the blue one? That's become, like, their nickname for me. All the people that treat me like Voldemort, I'm just the blue one. The funniest thing ever. I guess you were given a title now? Yeah, apparently I have a title. But... I think we're gonna dive right into it, chat. French One Piece. But yeah, so the document is about Shinigami Ryan here. You can see off to the oh no, you can't see off to the side. But it's 56 pages. But you can see, like, as I'm scrolling, most of it is pictures. So hopefully it won't be like a multiple hour project. But kind of towards the end, he starts going off on me and other people. I just want to see like where Sylvie is going. I have read through some of the document that pertains to Ryan and not me. And some of it is Sylvie disagreeing with him about like the way a situation should be handled, and then he goes, because we disagreed, you know Ryan's a bad person. I forget which one it kind of stops like right at the start here, because there's one that immediately pops up. It's the not Zoe Quinn, God, it's about the Alec Haluka situation, which I think was Brianna Liu, maybe. Does this count as your very own call-out doc? I have asked that to Lumi and a couple other people, and they have said no, that this does not count. That I have to get one that's dedicated to me. So I'm still short a call out doc for some reason. It's not fair. I don't know who would make one on me at this point, because Sylvie's clearly more concerned with Ryan now, even though he still mentions me. But it opens up with 2 years of harassment. A documentation of the 2+ years of harassment committed by user Shinigami Ryan towards myself and many others. It was Zoe, not Brianna. Thank you. It's been a while. I forgot who it was. I try to forget those people. I guess CW is content warning. I thought we were using TW trigger warning, but content warning, mentions of sexual assault, and heavy use of slurs. We're getting demonetized. To begin this document, I'd like to firstly state and request all those who read this document not harass anyone brought up, which includes victims, perpetrators, etc. Harassment in response to harassment does not help victims heal. It does not help recover from the trauma caused and defeats the purpose of this document, which is to inform and warn people of this user's behavior. Please be respectful and empathetic to those impacted. To that, I would say, Sylvie, you've done a lot of harassment on your own in the past. Like maybe, possibly, messaging somebody's manager behind their back and trying to get them to drop them. Sending them fake information so you could try and, you know, ruin their career. I don't know, Sylvie. This is feeling a little hypocritical already. This document started off as a collection of my experiences with the user Shinigami Ryan, who, for the rest of this document, I would just refer to as Ryan. As I was putting it together and collecting evidence, I had encountered countless others who shared their own experiences with Ryan. Not only that, but I stumbled upon a document from February 2024 about his behavior. He says that like that's forever ago, but if he's actually been working on this document for like the last 2 years, that happened, like, within the range of him making this document. That's literally just a year ago, bro. It's really not that far. This document will be more focusing on their recent behavior. However, I highly recommend inspecting the other document, which I have not looked into this document at all. I just don't care. As it demonstrates, Ryan has been like this for several years. In case this document goes away, and at any point this copy will serve as a backup, all screenshots will be available through an Imgur link for mobile users. Images in the Imgur link will be in the same order as they come up here. Note, I have seen people refer to Ryan by he, him, she, her, and they, them pronouns. For the sake of simplicity, I will be doing my best to refer to Ryan by they, them, as they do not have pronoun listed on their bio. I know it says tomboy, but I've met non-binary folks who call themselves tomboys as well. The Polka King one, which was debunked. I'll probably look into it later. I was only looking into this one really because it was Sylvie. I will say, before we get into this, that I have told Ryan personally multiple times that they need to chillax sometimes with they're going off on people. Also, for some reason, it stopped my music. Where's my music? There we go. It'll be back in a minute. Non-binary tomboy, how does that work? It doesn't. Then this is just like a picture of Ryan's like bio, I guess. I will start off with my own experiences with Ryan, as it started back on February 7th, 2023. One sec. I've been losing my voice this week, so I'm sorry if I get quiet every once in a while. At this time, the Silvervale Hogwarts drama was at its peak, and I had posted an opinion thread on how I felt, thought, and saw as a former Silvervale fan. I was engaging with the post in regards to the fact that one of the developers of the game had run a Gamergate anti-feminist YouTube channel in the past. Out of nowhere, Ryan entered the conversation, stating that the majority of antis, I assume anti-Gamergate possibly, were sexual assaulters. I responded citing an article demonstrating how Gamergate led to a massive increase in harassment towards women in the gaming industry and community as a whole. Just so he knows, articles don't mean anything. You can write anything in an article. It was actually proven that with just like a couple different smaller studies, that there was no substantial increase in any harassment going on after Gamergate. Like, nothing happened. As the doomers say, nothing ever happens. Ryan saw in the article it mentioned Zoe Quinn and hyperfixated on her, accusing her of murder without evidence and blatantly disregarding the evidence of harassment presented to them. I responded citing an article about how the court case where a man named Alec Haluka, someone who a portion of the Gamergate community believed was murdered by Zoe. However, Alec's own sister defended Zoe, and there was no evidence to suggest she was ever a real suspect. Ryan, ignoring this, doubled down on their behalf. They go on to cite a post from a far-right blog run by a prominent Gamergate figure named Mike Cernovich. At the time, Ryan listed in their bio as a progressive, which I found strange, because Mike Cernovich is a far-right figure. At this point, I decided to end the interaction with them because they were clearly not there to engage in good faith. So, this is already stupid. Because this is not about harassment. This is about, we disagree. To point this out, though, on the Alec Haluka situation, because some people probably don't know this. Years after these two had stopped dating, Zoe Quinn randomly accused a game developer who made the game A Night in the Woods called Alec Haluka of assaulting her. She said that he was an extremely abusive person, that he had assaulted her, and all this other stuff. And in response, he was fired from his own game studio. His own sister turned her back on him, and within the week, he had at Canada healthcared himself. And he says, like, well, even his sister backed up her story. His sister went on to Twitter the day after he was found dead. Literally the day after, when she should be, like, mourning her brother's death. And she just said, Alec was always a troubled boy. I didn't see his relationship with Zoe, but I don't doubt that he did all this stuff. And it's like, what the fuck? You're his sister. Like, this is not the time for you to even be talking about this. His sister, the week he died, was doing an entire campaign on Twitter for Zoe Quinn because people were so mad at Zoe Quinn. She did not care about her brother at all. It did not enter her mind. And some people have found this out, but ever since he died, his sister took over all of his, like, accounts and his businesses, and she converted his businesses into DEI branches. I can't say for sure what all happened there. However, from all the information I've seen, I think his sister is like an absolute sociopath. There's no other way. Because even if Alec did actually do it, like, I have a brother, right? And I'm trying to put myself in, like, the mindset of his sister. And, like, if my brother died and his, like, ex-girlfriend came to me and said, you know, actually, your brother was kind of a piece of shit, I would be like, okay, not the time. Maybe he was, like, but he's dead right now and he's my brother. Like, let's fucking not. His sister didn't have any reaction like that. She completely threw him under the bus. There was also... This came up originally when the Alec thing happened. I don't want to get too deep into this. This is the last thing I'll say on it. But Zoe Quinn made very specific allegations of where and when certain things happened. And certain people dug into Alec's information and found out that he was in different states and countries when some of the stuff she claimed happened. So it was physically impossible for him to have done some of the stuff she claimed. Because he just wasn't there. Like, he provably was not there. So, Like, I mean, take that for what you will. Maybe he was like a shitty boyfriend. I don't know. But he didn't deserve what he got. And based on his history, it's kind of hard for me to imagine he was. Because there was nobody that had a bad word to say about him except Zo Quinn and his sister. And I think this is Sylvie just talking about this situation. This is from the Wayback Machine. This is just showing that Ryan had progressive in their bio. One of the senior producers of the game was literally a pro Gamergate POS. And then he says, "Oh," Ryan replies, "Oh yes, please insult the pro Gamergates when the majority of antis were sexual assaulters. Totally a good take." He quotes an article, "Remember those anti-Gamergate journalists and how they slandered gamers?" Sylvie Spark says, "You assume the majority of pro-GGers weren't harassing women in the gaming industry and community using GG as a justification." Ryan replies, "You're bringing up Zo Quinn, who murdered the Night in the Woods game creator. Yeah, really showing you know nothing about harassment." Also, Sylvie quotes Vox. Vox is a terrible site. I don't know about this other site that Ryan... Like, personally, you should not be linking articles back and forth. These articles are both worthless equally. But, like, quoting Vox. Vox is known to, like, just make shit up at this point. Sylvie says, "And you don't know anything of what you're talking about, it seems." Quotes a blog. Alec Kaluka died, Gamergate ready to exploit the tragedy. I will say there were probably some people that were exploiting it, but both sides were. Like, Zo Quinn was using it to actively boost a project she had at the time, and Alec's sister used it to take basically his whole business and turn it into her own pet project. Everyone knows she lied, go off. Bruh, Alec's own sister backed up Zo's testimony. We just covered that. Ryan says, "Facts disprove Zo's lies, along with other instances, including her doxing people." And Sylvia replies, "You know, for someone who claims to be progressive, you are citing a ton of alt-righters." We're 5 pages in, by the way. And this is just like... Remember, we're talking about harassment. Ryan harassing Sylvie. And this is just them fighting back and forth. And then Ryan posted, "Nothing of value was lost. Another coward runs when he loses." And it's just showing that he got blocked. "In my mind, I assumed this would have been the only interaction I'd have with Ryan, and it was for over a year as far as I could tell. It seems like they left me alone for a while. As far as..." Oh my god, you said "as far as I can tell" twice. And this time... "As far as I can tell, though, I wouldn't be surprised if there was more between that I simply couldn't find while researching. Up until March 14th, 2024, they went out of nowhere, labeled me a psycho for posting a meme about vaporizing transphobes in a random Twitter argument they were engaged with. In this thread, they deny there being a trans genocide and rambling about talking points I believe they are regurgitating from other people." Are you... Are you psychotic? They denied there's trans genocide. There's not! Stop saying... People need to stop with this trans genocide shit. You sound ridiculous. There is no trans genocide. There never was. Whatever, bro. Ryan takes a picture of it. Me at J.K. Rowling when I see her, and it's vaporizing the... I think it's a Combine is what they're called. Combine Soldier in Half-Life. Excuse me, I've only ever played Black Mesa. I've never actually, like, played Half-Life 2. Sylvie Spark says, "Vaporize transphobes." And then Maui is another VTuber. I don't really like him all that much, personally. He says, "That's too humane. Tar and feather them." Sylvie says, "Or I just don't like psychos threatening people. What genocide, basic sexuality, and same-sex attraction, because ableism doesn't exist." This is one of those where I'm like, Ryan, just leave it. Leave it. Although they are psycho, genuinely. I don't like people that like threaten violence against like even like just bad people they don't like. I've even told people before that like at a certain point the pedo wood chipper jokes get like uncomfortable to a degree. Like, let's just stop talking about killing people that we don't like or that are bad people. At some point it sounds bad. This would be the least of my worries though. Only a few days later. Wait. Yeah, no, that's his full sentence. What the fuck? Okay, that's the full sentence, I guess. If you haven't noticed yet, Ryan seems to like repeating talking points they've heard from other people. Seems like Ryan likes to follow a lot of drama-related content. This is where Under the Tea comes in. We are 6 pages into Ryan, and they are calling out Under the Tea already. Yes, I am a pacifist. Personally, I don't think you should go around like starting fights. You should finish a fight. If you get into a fight, you should finish it, but you should never start it. Seems like Ryan likes to follow a lot of drama-related content, which is how they pick their targets. A prime example would be the YouTube channel Under the Tea, a podcast channel they seem to engage with a ton based on past VODs. They can be spotted in the chat. They can also be spotted in the official Discord engaging with the podcasters. Pacifish. Yeah, I'm a pacifish. Why are you scrubbing out like everybody in the chat? It's a public chat. Anybody can go look at it. Just whatever. He says, Salade, don't lie. Is this just him like proving that he talks to us in our Discord? So if I watch Rima or Alara, that's fine. I mean, yeah? Question mark? If you follow VTuber drama, you all may remember Under the Tea as being the group that defended rapist Torakaru. I did see this. Just so we're clear, he was never accused of being a rapist. He was accused of being a sex pest. And if you don't know the difference between those two things, you should not be making a call-out document. Ever. To make sure this document doesn't go off topic, I will simply link to 2 videos. One that went over the Torah situation. I don't know who this person is at all. And another that goes over the now deleted thread and podcast posted in defense of Torah. Yeah, it was never deleted. It's still up. Like, who is Torakaru? That's a long conversation. He is basically flirting with a ton of girls, and at some point, he met up with this girl specifically to have sex. She knew she was going to meet with him to have sex. She wanted to have sex with him. And when they got together, he said, "No, I don't want to have sex with you. I want to go steady with my current girlfriend." And at some point after that, she was apparently being very moody. So both of them agree that he got on top of her while she was on the couch, kissed her on the cheek, and said something along the lines of, "Are you mad at me?" And that was it. Nothing happened after that. And somehow this blew up into this massive situation where everyone was saying he tried to rape her. Which is just not on. That's factual. Neither side claimed that happened. However, for the sake of simplicity, here is one of the many now deleted tweets by the podcasters where they straight up told Lily, the person who exposed Torah for sexually assaulting them, that she was not a victim and was actually the abuser. I don't care. I made some stupid tweets when that was going on. I'll bite the bullet on my stupid tweets. I even apologized to her personally for the tweets, and then I still got shit for it, so I don't care. I still maintain that, like, no, you might have been uncomfortable, but, like, nothing happened. You got a kiss on the cheek. Get over it. Like, bro, I got, like, straight up assaulted in high school. I'm not gonna humor this like kissed on the cheek bullshit. And one of the threads that was discussing the Strom at the time, I engaged with it by pointing out one of the hosts' history of transphobia and racism. Mizu the Blue one in their history of racism, transphobia, and weird post. I am included. I did not see this before. So I think we've got like a collection of my greatest hits. This was from my Mizuhana OVT account, which I now have back, by the way. So if there's missing context to any of these, I can actually go find them. Hot take, I don't talk about this because I really don't care that people make their own segregated spaces online, but you guys are always invited to the community. You simply chose not to show up because, honestly, you guys have a racism issue. He says, context, VTuber by the name of Iotan was hosting a week or month-long POC VTuber celebration to encourage more POC VTubers to contribute, and some white VTubers were upset they weren't allowed to take part, apparently making a thing to help promote creators who are POC is racist. Technically, yes, if you make a segregated show that is inherently racist. That's why it's called segregation. Strange that these images aren't in the doc. I mean, fair. Another reply from me. Black VTubers do not want to share a space equally with white VTubers. Royan is one of the few POC VTubers in my space, and it's not for lack of trying. I've been cut off by numerous POC VTubers for stupid-ish, like saying your model can look like whatever you want. Which is true. I had a POC VTuber I had streamed with early on in my career, and one day somebody was trying to attack this kid for having a black VTuber model, and all I said was like, you know, people should stop harassing this kid. You can, like, your model can look however you want. That's kind of the whole point of it. And they got mad at me and called me a racist and said I was supporting blackface. Like, that's what happens. And I never liked that stuff. Oh, yeah, this is the one. There's a black VTuber group called the Melanin Mafia that goes around starting harassment campaigns against anyone they deem racist to them. Sometimes for jokes, sometimes for fan art, sometimes just because they don't like how your model looks. The major issue is this is common behavior in POC VTuber spaces. The hypersensitivity, the control, the harassment. POC were always invited to the VTuber table. It's a table literally controlled by POC from other countries. ones, though, don't like the equality at the table. Black VTubers do not want to share space equally with white VTubers, said the white Shota VTuber. Is that all you have to say? He doesn't disagree with anything I said. He just points out that I'm a white person. Like, look, there's nothing else here for that. It's just said the white Shota VTuber. This is what my account got banned for, by the way. When my original Twitter got banned the first time, this is specifically what got me banned. So, like, that's about where we stand on this kind of stuff. He says, your invite to the table more looks like being told to sit at the back of the bus. Yeah, we're all on the same ride, but some of us have the privilege of not facing the same types of harassment and hate by others in the community. And I replied, you're not forced to the back. You're mad other people got to the front first, and instead of waiting for them to get off, you're trying to push them out of their seats. Then you cry racism when everyone gets fed up with fighting and shoves you out of the bus. Yeah, I stand by that. I stand by all this. I feel like nothing I could say here could cover every thought possible in terms of how dumb this analogy is. I didn't make the analogy, they made the analogy. I'll simply leave it at how they are denying racism within the community. I never did that. And what's often referred to as a skin tone debuff, I am actively saying that doesn't exist. A term coined by POC VTubers describing how often POC VTubers are at a disadvantage compared to their white VTuber counterparts, not just in terms of exposure, but even with art assets, which are commonly only available for VTubers with white/lighter skin tones. Try being a male. If you think artists don't draw black VTubers, yeah, try and go to an artist and say, hey, do you draw characters that have dicks? Silence. It's deafening. But if I tell you there's a male bias, nobody cares. It's dead silent. Half of the popular VTubers are minorities. No, that was my point originally. Like at the one of the first things I said, basically every popular VTuber is Japanese or Korean or basically just anybody from Hololive, honestly. Are forgetting the Japanese are classified as POCs and have some of the biggest VTubers. Exactly. Here's another thread. You're not going to find proper etymology for most slang, but the fact gyat required speaking English to develop should be the first clue to its origins. Dead Roses says, you are aware African Americans speak English, right? And I replied, you are aware their claim comes from black people in other countries, right? Also, y'all gotta stop using African American as a catch-all term for black people in America. Somebody replies, what would you call them? Every legal document in America asks if you're black or African American. I'd rather be called African American than a color. I said A, American. B, if you want to come up with another term, we can, but the obvious issues with African is not all black people are from Africa. It is an absolutely bizarre. We have to clarify this. Which is true. He also has a weird thing about the term African American, IDKY, but it's so weird. I don't know why. I don't have a weird thing. I think this is the only time I've ever mentioned it. And I think most people kind of agree with me that even if you ask certain black activists will complain about the term African American because it doesn't apply to most black people. Somebody replies, A, I can't pick American on a legal form, Lamau. It's either black or African American, white, Hispanic, white non-Hispanic, Asian, or other. Every black person will say African American. The fuck? My actual brain cells. And then they tag like a billion people. Which, by the way, this is a thing they do. When they get in a fight, they'll tag a whole bunch of people to try and get you harassed. It's very common behavior with them, with people within, like, that community. It says, you do know everyone is from... What? You do know that everyone is from Africa, and black people prefer to go with African American. Even as an American, I call myself African American. Are you telling me what to identify as? I said, and I replied, are you legitimately unable to read? I never said you had to stop using African American. I said you need to stop calling every single black person African American. Which is true. What is this one? Is he just, like, doing tons of tweets where, like, the Melanin Mafia people were harassing me and I was responding? It is so funny that he has all of these. And can you see they're immediately swapping to, like, different styles? He's getting these pictures from people. Do they not know nationality versus ethnicity? No, they do not. I said the community I was quote tweeting. This was, I'm pretty sure I was talking about Melanin Mafia, which is an actual community. They have a official Twitter account. Nova replies on what community is that? You can't just say the crowd is the community and expect it to make any sense. Is this community by any chance compromised of people of color? What are your intentions behind these statements? Why do you associate melanin and violence? To point out, by the way, at the time this tweet was made, Nova was in the Melanin Mafia. So she was just straight lying when she pulled this. Which is, again, very common with people from the Melanin Mafia. Also, Sloan the Witch. Mizu had a brown VTuber model picking up Supas in the virtual plantation. The horror. The mental is strong on this one. Thank you for the super chat. Also, isn't the theory we all started in Africa has changed to the Middle East? Yes, but it's also believed that we probably did start in more than one area. But, like, this is always fantastic. So I replied to them very succinctly. Calling a specific person of color a trash human does not equal saying all POC are trash. The fact you haven't figured this out yet doesn't bode well for you. At this time, I did not know Nova was in the Melon Mafia, or I would have called that out. Bunny, you would think... What is this? Why does this look so weird? I don't know why this font hurts my eyes. You would think this until you go ask any openly black VTuber if they've experienced racism in the VTuber community, slurs, harassment, etc., and every single one of them will have a story for you. And I replied, and every single white person will too, because it's almost like haters are a common thing everyone has to deal with, and POC aren't special. This is something that I had to bring up a lot with the Melanin Mafia people, because they tried to pretend like they're the only ones that have ever been harassed on the internet. No, everybody is. Again, downplaying racism towards POC by saying white people have racism too, which doesn't discredit the reality of racism toward POC creators in general, especially in terms of severity. To treat all scenarios and situations as the same is lazy and stupid. Not every solution will work for every situation, and trying to normalize racism towards POC creators by saying, well, white people get it too, is counterproductive. No one gives a shit, Sylvie. This is like the lowest hanging comeback in the world. Here we go. We got trans stuff. So Strawberry Narwhal, who I've Unvarnished Void, who I've had disagreements with in the past, said here he is calling trans people groomers. Kids gender transitioning isn't automatically grooming. Gender affirming care isn't grooming. And I said, as someone who went through gender affirmation care, it is grooming. For those of you who don't know, and I'm not going to get super into this because I've talked about this before, but the idea of gender affirmation care is that basically you go to a therapist and the therapist just agrees with everything you say. There is no, like, trying to look into your issues. There's no, like, trying to figure out, like, what you actually believe. If you go to a therapist and you just say, I think I'm a girl, the therapist is just like, well, you are a girl, and you're a beautiful girl. You're a fantastic girl. It's not just for gender. The affirmation model is a model that has been picked up by a lot of therapists lately, and it is extremely toxic and virtually useless for therapy. There is almost no case in which blindly affirming your patient is a good thing. There's probably very niche edge cases where affirmation care is probably worth it for certain mental issues, but by and large it is a shitty model and it should never be used. It's just not great. It's basically toxic positivity as a therapy strategy. Mizu claiming gender affirmation care, a form of treatment that can be given to more than just trans people, is grooming. This is a form of conversation discussing a now suspended user who repeatedly called trans people groomers. Mizu was defending them. Don't care, bro. I wasn't defending them. I've actually said I'm pretty sure I've said publicly that I thought CEO of Fate was kind of weird, and we weren't really friends. And just because I disagree with one thing somebody says doesn't mean I immediately agree with everything the other person says. The only thing I said was gender affirmation care is grooming. Who bookmarked this? You see this? This was bookmarked. Digital blackface isn't real, and it shows an extreme misunderstanding of history and why blackface was a problem to begin with. This was when there was a VTuber intentionally blackfacing with their model. This is a lie. The intentional blackface was a 16, 17-year-old who I don't want to spoil that one. That's a hit tweet. That is a hit tweet, and I'm excited about that one. But there was a 16, 17-year-old kid, and they made a model based on their D&D character, and their D&D character was brown, and the kid was white, and the kid had on their profile, because they thought it was appropriate, I am not black, character is based off my D&D character, I am a white person. Like, they basically spelled it out explicitly. They weren't trying to hide it. And if you watch their streams, they just streamed. Like, there was no playing up being black or something. Their model just happened to be black. And the Melanin Mafia people posted them in their Discord and started mass harassing this 16, 17-year-old kid, saying that they were doing digital blackface. And it genuinely, like, upset me, because I hate when people, like, attack kids like this, especially when they're not doing anything wrong. And that was my first ban, was fighting them on that. I got that one overturned pretty quickly, though. You guys are gonna love this one. This is one of my favorite tweets of all time, because it really pissed people off. This was when the Scott Pilgrim, the new animation, came out, and people were trying to cancel Scott Pilgrim and call him a groomer because he was dating Knives Chow. And I said, I replied, I was making fun of them when I did this. I said, wait, you're telling me this Scott Pilgrim guy had a 17-year-old Asian mail-order bride? Hello, base department. Think I found your man of the year. It was clearly a joke, making fun of the the people that were trying to cancel a fucking comic book character. And this picture, based on, like, this in the bottom here, I think is official artwork from one of the comic writers. I can't really read the name, but I'm pretty sure it was confirmed it's, like, official artwork from one of them. I understand this is almost certainly sarcasm, but it's still hella weird to make a pro-underage marriage joke. Why are you gonna include it? If you acknowledge it was a joke. This is not the first document that somebody has brought up my Knives Chow joke. This is the third time this joke has shown up in a Google Doc. I just... it was a good joke. And it upset so many people, and... I don't get it. We can be controversial today. I want to be sunset by... This was a good one, too. This one was up there. I actually had a bunch of, like, lolicons quote this one afterwards. I said, I want to be sunset by getting smothered between thick lolly thighs, just absolutely drowned in juice. I wish to have a warrior's death before my journey to Uhala. That was a good joke. And all he says is cringe. Why is he including these at this point? He's just including my greatest hits of jokes. Oh my, he really is just including my jokes. So I saw this manga from another person. That though. I did that to avoid, because I thought it would avoid Twitter censorship. I don't think it does. Because at the time, Twitter was, like, shadow banning any tweet that mentioned the word lolly. But I saw this manga from, like, another Twitter user that had posted some screenshots for it, and I thought I could make a joke about it, so I did. And I said, oh, it's been a long day. I can't wait to get home and read some wholesome manga about blended families. And it's basically a hentai where the mom and dad swap their stepchildren. Like, it's clearly a joke. Red hair across super chat, that manga is based. Admittedly, the manga is based, but I was clearly making a joke. Incest. The joke is incest. Yes, it is. It was a good joke. He has a history of ban evasion. Sadly, this account has been unsuspended. Yeah, I don't have a history of ban evasion. I have a history of you people, like, spam reporting my accounts for no reason. What is this? This podcast doxing my info on their channel. I had to censor it with the red. This video is now blurred because I filed a report with YouTube to have it blurred. He will refuse to acknowledge this, but this account here, Fat Slovenian, this is his account. He made a fake hater account. And he's so dumb, right, chat? So remember earlier when he mentioned that he didn't like Silvervale anymore? At the exact same time, literally within the hour of him not liking Silvervale anymore, Fat Slovenian made a tweet about not liking Silvervale anymore. Like, it's... I think the most damning is Sylvie was trying to harass an ex-VT Rainbow person by messaging their manager on Discord with false information. You know who else was posting that exact same false information within the same 5-minute period that he was sending it to the manager? Fat Slovenian. Fat Slovenian was blasting it all over Twitter at the exact same time Sylvie was trying to tell it to his manager. And it was completely fake information that did not exist anywhere outside of Sylvie and the Fat Slovenian account. This account is his. I have confronted him personally to point out that it is his. And I think what's even more damning is when I pointed out that it was his, he tried to say that that he had known about the account before and that he had known the account had tried to fake dox him, but he was just ignoring it. And that doesn't make sense to me, right? Like, if there's a person going around posting my docs, I might not address it, but I'm blocking that account. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and just, like, continue. He followed the account. He liked every single tweet that account put out after that account fake doxed him. It's insane that he's pretending it. Also, I did search up the address that account had posted. I can't find it anywhere. I'm not even sure it's a real address. I think he just made it up. I'll also point out that after I released this screenshot with this information, the Fat Slovenian tweet with his fake docs got deleted, and Sylvie then went to Twitter and posted a fake Twitter report claiming that he had reported it and gotten it taken down that same day. And he actually claimed that he had reported it months ago, and it just so happened to be taken down the same day I was covering it. He is such a stupid liar, and I'm tired of pretending this is a thing. Also, yes, he admits it here, but he did file a privacy complaint on the stream to try and get it taken down. And all we had to do was we had to blur out that section. I can't remember if we blurred out that section or I just had to, like, delete it. But yeah, he's lying about this. That's definitely... The docs might be real, but that's his account and he posted that information. How to doc about Ryan that's mostly images end up exposing Sylvie more than the person the doc is about? Because he's an idiot. Also, why is, like, this huge section just about me? Oh, is he posting my argument with Proctor? Yeah, so there was this huge argument that happened with Proctor. He says, I have no words to describe this. It speaks for itself. This is genuinely a personal opinion thing about whether or not... -8 was a pedo or not. I can't show this next part. Am I gonna have to, like, stop here? It is... The artwork is too sketch for me to show it. I'm gonna have to skip past it. It basically says, saying age is just a number, unironically. What my tweet actually says is, it's genuinely insane to me that people think this way about drawings. And it's a drawing of a character that I posted twice. On one of them it says 17, and on one of them it says 21. I said, when it comes to pen and paper, it really is just a number. It doesn't have any value, which is why so many stories don't even bother covering ages outside of saying young teen, adult, middle-aged, old. Which is true. Like... I can write any age I want on a fictional character, and it does not matter. Like, you could say, oh, that character's a minor, and like, nope, they're not a minor. I just wrote 31 on them. They're 31 now. That's their age. And his takeaway from that is, oh, you think age is just a number? When it comes to a drawing, yes. When it comes to a drawing, it is just a number. Okay, I should be able to show it again. Because, yeah, the artwork I used to make that point is kind of sus. This is a tweet. It says, reason not to ship Aqua and Ruby. And I just said, counterpoint, incest is hot. Ma, Rin, and Lin aren't siblings. Yes, they are, and they love each other very much. And they're also a threesome relationship with Miku, who's a proud lolly showgirl. You know what's really funny? He took a picture of this within the last, like, week or so. Because this is after I got my account back and changed my profile picture. This is brand new stuff he added to this within, like, the last month. So he's... You're still watching me, you weirdo. Oh, this is fucking great. Ooh times 2, send me your best Ren X Lin or Ren X Lin X Miku art. The world must know the truth. Incest is wincest. He's just upset. Like, I was... So, first off, just so we're clear, I'm perfectly fine with, like, fictional incest comics. But these specifically were a joke. They weren't, like, actual opinions or anything. I was posting these because all the, because of, like, that... After I made this top one here about Aqua and Ruby, I had a bunch of people reply to me that said, oh, you can't Rin and Lin. Rin and Lin are perfect. They're beautiful. Like, they're not even siblings. It doesn't count. And so then I had to make another one, obviously, a follow-up to mess with people. He just does not get, like, proper rage bait. Oh, this is on his alt account. According to US law code, blah, 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 what Torah did qualifies as sexual assault. You can keep defending rapist all you want, but that doesn't change the law. Again, you can't mix sexual assault and rape. It's not the same thing. And I replied, it is not. This is something you and many other people failed to understand because you don't know how to read law, just like how I BTFO'd you in DMs over something similar. I'm not mocking autism. You specifically said your autism prevented you from knowing it was wrong. And then he just links Cornell. I guess his argument is you don't understand how to read the law, which is a shitty argument to begin with, but it's also why I read the Cornell Law School's website to help get a better understanding for what the law means. That's not what that is. The Cornell Law website literally just posts the law itself. They don't post like a cliff notes. I don't know what he's talking about. I also need a lawyer to tell me that forcing someone down by restraining their wrist and straddling their waist, forcing them down onto the couch, and then kissing their cheek without any form of consent is sexual assault. If all that happened, you might be able to argue in court that it was sexual assault. But you are an uphill battle, bro. You are struggling. Because again, at the end of the day, it is a kiss on the cheek. Dude has a lot of time to read while editing for people. A lot of people dropped him when his document came out. He doesn't edit for too many people anymore. A bunch of them removed him from their pages. Yeah, so we were only 8 pages in, and then he made this giant thing about me, so... Half of that was my greatest hits. I hope you guys enjoyed that detour. Courtesy of Sylvie. So this is where we were. I'm just going to kind of start from the top again, so we remember what we were talking about. In one of the threads that was discussing this drama at the time, I engaged with it by pointing out how one of the hosts has a history of transphobia and racism, among other things. It seems the host in question saw my tweet and felt like it was a good idea to pivot the attention he was getting for his horrendous statements to me by slandering my name, stating I was apparently equally bad as Tora, among other things, again in an attempt to shift blame away from him. Ryan, being a big fan of the podcast, saw this and found a new talking point. This was when the harassment went from 1 to 100. From March 9th, so for real quick, so people know, actually, did Sylvie release this due to them sucking up to new people now? Is this them trying to sanitize themselves? It might be, but this happened a long time ago. Sylvie's lost all his, the people he worked for forever ago. So what Sylvie is talking about is somebody made a call-out document on Sylvie, and there's a whole bunch of stuff in it. But at one point, the person says that they were assaulted by someone. And they messaged Sylvie to kind of like ask for help, basically. And they're like, Sylvie, so-and-so assaulted me. Like, I'm scared, I'm hurt, I don't know what to do. And Sylvie, in his infinite wisdom, messaged the person that this person said assaulted them and was like, hey, bro, so-and-so said you did this to them. I know that's a big allegation, and you're probably feeling really rough right now. So if you ever need help, I got you, bro. It's like, the fuck? Because I'm one of those people that is, when it comes to court, you definitely need evidence, right? But if someone is your friend and they're messaging that to you, maybe, like, you're not gonna blast the person all over the internet, but you're gonna be there for your friend. At least I hope you're gonna be there for your friend. In Sylvie's counter document, his only reply to that allegation was, I have autism, so I didn't know it was inappropriate to do that. And he'll lie about it, but that is his entire defense for that situation, is I have autism. I didn't know you're not supposed to message the assaulter and tell them sorry. And you have to think, too, if that allegation is true, you have just told somebody who is willing to assault a person like that the person they've assaulted is going to tell people that it happened. That person is going to go back and that person is liable to go back and hurt them because of that. That is an insanely stupid and dangerous thing to do. Like, I think he said he got them a hotel, so he believed the ex. It's just the whole situation is him being an idiot and doing something horrendous, and he refuses to accept it was horrendous. He's just like, I have autism. It's not a big deal. From March 19th to even the last few days, Ryan has been harassing myself, my followers, my friends, and even just people I talk to by accusing me of being a rape apologist. Needless to say, I take this sort of accusation very seriously. Where does this accusation come from? Outside of the podcast. Back on February 25th, 2024, my abusive ex-girlfriend... Okay. Now we're flipping the script. Alright. My abusive ex-girlfriend and her mods attempted to cancel me by releasing a document. I made a response to this document with a lengthy 50-page response, responding to the whole thing, point by point, and providing evidence to defend myself. If you'd like to read this document, it can be found here. I'm going to pull this up real quick and see if I can find it. Oh, did he actually delete the part where he said autism? He added me to this document. Yeah, he deleted the part where he deleted a lot from this document and he added me into it. That's funny. The claim of me being a rape apologist comes from a portion in the document where there was clear miscommunication between me and my ex. My ex had been R-worded by her ex-partner in April of 2021, a month after me and her broke up. She came to me for support, which I provided by buying her food so she could eat, offering to pay for her to stay in a hotel so she didn't need to stay in their apartment, and staying up with them until they passed out. Nearly a month later, she told me how she wanted to process the situation, referring to them still being on friend terms. I still did not engage with her ex for months until October 2021. After a group call with others in the friend group, I sent a hello and asked him how he was. I guess their status of still being friends changed because my ex approached me. Upset, I reached out to them. I said that it was a one-time thing, which was my biggest mistake. In my mind, I knew I was referring to reaching out to her ex. However, she took it as me referring to him sexually assaulting her. I go over this in the document, but I don't feel comfortable not giving that context here. Considering how relevant this is, there are also screenshots of our conversation in the documents to provide further context and more. So this is kind of funny. This is just him saying she completely misunderstood all of it. He's just dumb. There was nothing of value in his document. We went over it at one point. Under the Tea and another drama VTuber named Curry decided to read her doc for content. Under the Tea didn't even read my response. However, both also featured a bunch of vague tweets from people, most of whom I don't even know, to try and milk more content. I ignored the noise because at the end of the day, it's not worth giving people who make that type of content the attention they crave. They'll make content out of whatever they can, so feeding them would only be giving them what they wanted. However, Ryan made sure people saw it, even going as far as replying to people I was chatting with and accusing them of supporting a rape apologist. Ryan has also harassed my clients in the past as well to try and pressure them into firing me. Below I will be placing all the evidence I have so far. I will do my best to keep it in order from earliest to latest, as they range from February 25th to February 20th of this year. I have censored as many names as I could in order to protect the identity of those caught in the crossfire of Ryan's tirade. After showing this evidence, I will do my best to summarize what I can due to the fact a lot of this repeat behavior and key takeaways. Curry was the first that linked his Fat Slovenian account to him. Curry was probably the first publicly to do it. I had done it behind the scenes several times already. And I had passed it around, that information around to a couple people. But at the time, I wasn't 100% comfortable in making it public. Why did you make this one so small? Can I just make it bigger? No, I don't want to stretch it. I want to go up. Shit. Literally said Lolly is pedo adjacent, but lies some more. I also find it very interesting that Blank and those other cowards supporting Blank BS doc do this for hours after the Sylvie doc comes out. Very interesting. Red Name over here got heated and started trying to convert people to their cause, but I realized it wasn't working, so they switched to talking shit in their replies. The time-honored tradition of lolly weirdos harassing trans people, apparently. So this doesn't work, right? Here, I'm gonna make this bigger again, just so I can, like, point out my problems with it. So this is a screenshot in a screenshot in a screenshot. This is so difficult to tell, like, what any of the context of this is, because there's so many screenshots going on. You can't do this. If you're gonna make like a call out post like this, you have to pull up each individual nested screenshot so we can see the full context. Like right now, we can't see anything that was actually said in this. Really, because one of their podcasts deals with a rape apologist named Sylvie Sparks. Maybe you've heard of him. He's replying to somebody. You can't... You have to show us who we're replying to. That's kind of important information. If you have a rape apologist like Sylvie Spark liking your tweets, you already fucked up. I will clarify again, by the way. I I do not approve of Ryan doing this. I think Ryan is bad for doing this. So this is your personal lecture from me. Stop it. Get some help. At some point, you have to learn to just leave well enough alone and ignore it. This is reply to Under the Tea, which is a tweet I guess we deleted probably during the Torah thing. Rev is the red flag here, bro. Open Lolicon, and Pippa is another level. Lolly is fiction. Actual pedos are typically antis. Vouch, EDP, Eva, your host, TV, etc. Curry and Rev cover actual predators and sex pest rape apologists like Sylvie Sparks, which pal around antis. Yes, Ryan, I'm gonna chastise you. This is too autistic, and you gotta sort your shit out. This is all the same stuff, like over and over again. Why do you keep... You know what? I get to double smack you right now. Because every time you link somebody, like in a video about Sylvie Spark, you're always linking Curry's video on it. Where's my video? We made a video. Asshole. Link our video next time, God. No, I'm kidding. Don't link any more videos. Stop it. Stop, like, spamming people. Another thing Ryan said about Sylvie. Do I have to read all these? Can I not just be like... Can I skim them and be like, same thing, same thing, same thing? Because, like, I've already made it clear, right, that I don't approve of Ryan doing this. So is it, like, okay if I just say, okay, you're right about that, and move on? Da-da-da-da. Same thing. Same thing. No, I'm skimming them. Did he actually comment? I don't think he commented on any of it. Okay, this is technically different. Like, this isn't a reply to anybody. This is just him saying it. This is not the same as all the other stuff he's complaining about. Some of these look like they need more context. Read them or show your butt. I've already shown my butt. This is random shit go doc segment. I guess it is. Like, I think he just gave up at some point and he started just like, I'll just post everything. Crazy that Where Tev Tubers says this, and at one point Sylvie Spark posted and still has blank a known incel. I have no idea what this is about. The Ryan part seems thrown together. It kind of does. It kind of feels like this was about me. Because, like, with me, every time he showed a picture, he had, like, a description under it with, like, his complaints and stuff. With this, it's just posting pictures of Ryan sharing the... Look, I'm telling you, every fucking time you shared the Curry Renji document or video, every time it's the Curry video. Every time! Every time! Ryan was used to get your attention, I guess. Accent slip? I don't even know if my accent slips anymore at this point. How many pages of just Ryan talks about me to people is this? I'm not even sure if this is about Sylvie, because it says she. Did I ever have a Bleach fanfic character? I didn't like Bleach. A hot take, out of the big three that happened in America, I thought Bleach was the worst one. Naruto and One Piece cleared easy. Okay, that one actually does mention Sylvie. Curry document, Curry document. Yeah, Ryan, this is all cringe. You're being cringe, Ryan. You need to stop. I found a Bleach fanfic character called Mizuhana, and it suspiciously looks like you. I've talked about this before, but I thought Mizuhana was a very unique name. That was my first model. Now I'm Mizu Tamari. But I thought Mizuhana was a very unique name, and it turns out it wasn't. And not only was it not a unique name, first off, it's Japanese, right? That's important. It's important because there's a Korean guy who takes the name Mizuhana on every global server of every video game ever the day it comes out. And I don't know, like, why? Because he takes the English spelling of it, too. He took it... I figured it out when I tried to pick Mizuhana for Lost Ark when Lost Ark came out. Lost Ark had been out for like 10 minutes, and he had already taken Mizuhana as the name. Hearing you saying like please the least elicited the frown. Look, you want a bigger frown? I like Naruto more than One Piece. More Ryan being cringe, more Ryan being cringe. He doesn't expand on any of this. It's just screenshot after screenshot. But yeah, I think I've fully agreed that all of this is just Ryan being cringe. Ryan being cringe, Ryan being cringe. Ryan being cringe. Here we go. Finally, we've got, like, explanations. It's not limited to just Twitter either. I've had friends who sent me screenshots of Ryan commenting on their YouTube videos again, spewing more slander. He's also made a Blue Sky list where he placed me along with a handful of people he doesn't like. However, he seems to not know how to make a list on the site because there's actually nobody on said list, so he just wrote them in the description of the list. I don't know anything about lists on Blue Sky. I don't care. As you can see, Ryan is not a very stable person. Over the last year plus, they have been calling me a rape apologist, various other creators pedophiles, accusing others of harassment, and doxing seemingly in the name of defending his friends at Under the Tea. Why are you bringing us up again? A prime example I held back to use as a specific example here can be seen back in February 2023. I was doxxed twice, publicly and privately. His friends at Under the Tea, for some reason, felt like it was a good idea to cover this. However, Mizu, the blue one, never censored my info in their video, meaning my personal information was visible in both of the two uploads where they talk about me getting doxxed. YouTube thankfully forced them to blur out both videos, but Ryan does not believe the podcast doxed me. In fact, until evidence is provided, believes it was the podcast themselves who censored my information, not me. So he's lying. I don't know why, because I've admitted to the fact that we posted this fake docs on our stream and we got a privacy complaint, so it got, like, deleted. I don't know why he then goes on to lie about it. Because he says we posted it twice, which is just a lie. He tweeted the private docs wasn't right information. Yeah, I remember that. So he's constantly lying through his teeth about this fat Slovenian thing. And then he adds an extra lie here and saying it was in 2 different uploads, which is just not true. It was 1 video. It's so weird to me that he just continues to lie about this. And it's in the dumbest way possible. Ryan being cringe. I'm blocked out by them. He doxed himself. You're stupid, never mind. Your rape apologist Oshi put that info out himself. You're the stupid one calling everyone a pedo while pedos keep getting away with it because idiots like you exist. I don't know who he's fighting with here. He didn't look at the screenshot and who sent it. You're being a little sus right now. Where did they get the screenshot, Nimrod? From someone who saw the doxing and responded to it. You can clearly see it wasn't him, but again, cope. Also, that's literally his alt. You're special in the head. So you guys are going to love this. I saw this ahead of time. Ryan is lying. Ryan's not lying. He's just very autistic and very dumb. And I would tell him that to his face if he needs me to. I know he's in here, so it's technically to his face. But I will tell him that to his face if he needs me to. But you guys are going to love this next part. They believe I doxed myself because Mizu believes one of the accounts that posted my info was me, even though I've debunked this myth multiple times. I would love you guys to see his debunking. These are it's absolutely beautiful because he genuinely thinks this is a massive W. Look, he showed his Twitter. And he showed how he only has 2 accounts linked. He showed it again, that he only has 2 accounts linked to his Twitter. He showed it again, only 2 accounts linked on his Twitter. He showed that he blocked Fat Slovenian on one of his accounts. Oh my god, the evidence, it's so damning. His proof is just, oh, it's all over me, chat. This is so stupid. He's such a dumbass. Here, I will pull this up myself, right now, because I can prove this immediately. Why this is so dumb. And I know you guys are fine. I'm pulling this up specifically for Sylvie, because somebody has to point this out to him, because he's apparently too much of an idiot to figure it out. So it is well known among you guys, right, that I run at least 3 accounts. I run the Under the Tea account, I run the Mizu Tamari account, and recently I got my Mizu Hana account back. And I've been using that for stuff I'm not supposed to talk about, or my manager will freak out and get mad at me. But you guys know that I have 3 accounts. So if I open up my Twitter right now, if I open up like my Twitter list on my phone right now, I should have 3 different accounts linked to it. Shit, did it not send? Discord's doing that thing where it takes forever to send a picture. Discord. You're ruining my point, Discord. Is there any other way I could send it? Ooh, I know what I could do. I am just gonna send a DM to myself on Twitter. That's my 200 IQ play. So guys, here we go. This is a picture of my Twitter account on my phone. As you can clearly see, I only have one account. I don't actually run the Under the T account, and I actually don't run the Mizuhana OVT account, because as you can see, there's no other accounts linked to this. How could I have another alt? It's impossible. It's just not a thing that you can do, because it's not linked, clearly. He's just... He's so dumb. I don't know why he thought this was like this massive W that he just absolutely dunked on everybody with it. Like, you can do this on different... If you use a different browser, it'll do this. If you use different apps, it'll do this. Because your account isn't connected like that. Like, he... Oh, God, one sec. I'm losing my voice again. Also, yes, I just pulled my phone off the charger, so battery's at 100%. But yeah, no, this line here, hella stupid. Don't know what he thought he was accomplishing with that. That's actually why Mizu didn't censor my info in either video, because he genuinely didn't think it was legit, which is awful journalistic integrity. Still, Ryan repeats this in the face of evidence, because they do not believe their friends at the podcast could do anything wrong whatsoever. Also, completely random thing, if I pull it up on my computer, it actually has two accounts, the Mizu Tamari VT and the Mizuhana OVT, but it doesn't have the Under the T VT one, because I've never done it on my phone. What was I about to... Oh yeah, this doc about Ryan. Yeah, where he constantly talks about me. I actually showed this. And I'll show it again. I can pull it up super quick. Because he did this same thing where he tried to prove to me that Fat Slovenian was not his. And his proof was he showed me where he was sharing Fat Slovenian's tweets with other people. And I don't know why he thought this was like... Again, this is one of those things where, like, why did you think this was a huge W for you? Like, what part of this was like, yeah, this will prove that I'm not this guy, showing that I share his tweets around. You know, the guy that doxed me and called me racial slurs, supposedly. Like, clearly. Where is it? And I'm going to show two different things that he sent me is like the ultimate proof that this account was not him. The first was this, where I included this one on my, my my thumbnail, where Sylvie says, bro, there's this guy named Fat Slovenian Mizu's thread just ripping him to shreds. Guy says link. Sylvie Spark links to the Fat Slovenian tweet where all he says is basically like, oh, you support Taiga, Taiga's evil, yada yada yada. Somebody replies, OMG, this is gold. Sylvie Spark says base Fat Slovenian. I think my favorite part about this is he sent this to me, and not only does it confirm that he was still keeping track of the Fat Slovenian account, no matter what he tries to say otherwise, he talks about me with other people. I don't know who he's talking to, but he's talking about me with somebody else, and I just find that immensely funny. And then he also included this, which was apparently where Fat Slovenian had sent him a totally real DM, insulting him. I don't know what's behind this blur. I think it's supposed to be like his address again, which just makes me think this is even more set up. Because, chat, if you got this reply, if you got this tweet from somebody, you're blocking them, right? Like, he posts this as if it's like, oh, this proves my innocence. But you... I don't understand, right? Why wouldn't you block him after this? And you can't say that he didn't see it, and this is something he recently found, because if you see at the bottom here, it doesn't have a day or a date on it, which means he took this the day it was sent. He took this picture the day it was sent. So he took this picture and just sat on it with it pre-censored to send to people, and he just never blocked the guy, never reported it. Like, I don't understand. It's just hilarious that he tries to deny that this account is his. Oh yeah, Sylvie, by the way, if you're watching, because I know at some point you will, because I got my old account back, I now have all my DMs with you again. So, you know, keep that in mind, I guess. I have plenty of information to kind of scroll over and see, like, what you said and what you didn't say. So... you start to notice with a pattern with how Ryan approaches conversation. Oh, sorry, I need to swap back to my document one. You start to notice a pattern with how Ryan approaches conversations and conflicts. You especially notice if you check out what else they do online. I was curious and decided to see what other kinds of conversations or posts they interact with, and it's just a sea of arguments, vulgar speech, insults, and slurs. Prime example can be seen here in a thread discussing the controversial, to say the least, Twitter account Libs of TikTok. She called a sitting congresswoman a groomer for no reason other than the fact that she happens to be trans. This is blatantly slanderous. Where's Ryan? Under here? It just says, gotta love misinformation in 2025. My sources, I made it up. Person replies, okay, I spent a lot of time gathering things and there is so much to sift through. Honestly, I'd probably be doing it for weeks, but people are trying to defend Libs as if she's an innocent person. She also gets followers to call in bomb threats to hospital. No evidence provided. Person replies, she encourages them to contact places as shown for harassment purposes. She knows places gets threats, including bomb threats, directly following her tweets. She purposefully lies. She wants people and places harassed, as I demonstrated in my other post. Ryan says that's stretching it. No evidence showing that she encourages bomb threats like you suggested. The person replies, if she encourages harassment, she encourages threats, including bomb threats. Pretty straightforward, actually. Ryan says, not if you live in reality. It's not. You're making insane leaps of logic with, again, no evidence backing it, just speculation pieces. This is one of those where I'm like, I wouldn't get in this fight because Libs of TikTok is kind of a shitty person. But you're technically right. Which is, I guess, the best kind of right. Screenshot the DMs before he deletes them. You can't delete your DMs with somebody else. On Twitter, the DMs will always be there. Because they are saved, like, in the cache, basically. When presented with evidence that counters their worldview over opinions, their go-to response is deny, distract, insult. They deny the evidence presented directly to them, they distract from the topic and try to pivot to something they feel more comfortable discussing, might be why they keep bringing me up, and if all else fails, they start insulting you. They believe they know everything, they don't have anything to back up their perspective, and if you question, you get called slurs or your intelligence insulted. This is how Ryan acts, and I believe they do this intentionally. Back near the end of 2023, while away visiting my grandma's grave in Montreal, while also seeing family, I tweeted about how 2024 would be a year of healing for me. Ryan, seeing this, tweeted this out. Thinks 2024 is going to be a good year and one full of healing. Ha. Nobody cares about your sympathy baiting. Genuinely, bro, nobody cares. Look, he's under the T again. They know what they are doing, and they are doing this all maliciously. While Twitter thankfully labels most of their tweets as spam due to how often they reply to people in arguments, that doesn't stop other people from seeing what they say is legit. Who are they to question this person when they make a serious claim about another and have a YouTube video with them? Despite the video itself being nothing more than a paper tiger? Is that a saying? I've never heard that turn of phrase before, a paper tiger. For a lot of us, we have to react and respond to stuff quickly to preserve our reputations in this community. For myself, I felt like I could ignore it and people would easily see how unhinged Ryan is and how unreliable they are as a source of info. Sadly, not everyone has seen it like that, and I've lost friends and followers because of this type of behavior. Because all the information about you is true, and your debunking of it is just saying, the person who accused me is a piece of shit and I don't like them. I do not wish for anyone to harass Ryan on my behalf. That won't help me heal from the stress-related trauma their actions have caused. I only wish people to pause before acting, think and ask questions before doing something that might require more evidence. As for Ryan, I hope they get the help they clearly need. As for everyone else, I hope they are better informed about them and keep watch in case they try to start harassing others. I expect Ryan to retaliate in some fashion, likely starting another harassment campaign against me for speaking up. But I think I've stayed silent long enough. I will say, however, for someone who acts like they care about calling out rape apologists, why do you still follow them, Ryan? And it's a picture of us. Oh. He can't let us go. Like, you would think that... Sorry, what button did I hit? I think I hit an up button and it went too far back. You would think, like, if he had all these other complaints about Ryan, he would mention multiple people. But it's only ever me and Under the T. And he doesn't mention Lumi or Akko at all. It's just me. There's a second victim I asked if they would like to take part in this document. While they agreed to it, they wanted to stay anonymous and were too anxious to type in this document itself, so what I'll do is share our DMs where they told me their experiences with Ryan. I'll censor out any names. Once again, all images can be seen through this Imgur link if you'd like a higher resolution or using mobile. To show consent for this, here is our exchange. This is cringe behavior. You don't protect a source like this when it's just like boring stuff like this, right? If it's like Twitter harassment, you don't protect like a source. There's nothing to protect a source for in that case. They're not in danger. Did you notice what was missing from the posts that were sent of Ryan interacting with him? No. What should I have been looking for? So, the tweet, or the message chain starts off with, if you'd like, I could just put your DMs in here, I'll black out the names and everything for you, and the person says, yes please, Sylvie. Sylvie got called a lot more than just a rape apologist. Yeah, he did, but, yeah, it's whatever. Blue is Sylvie, I'm pretty sure, and gray is the other person. So Sylvie says, I only will say that I think regardless of being a non or not, I feel he would still make the connection and drag you into it. That's the one thing I would say to be prepared for. And the person replies, yeah, I know, I just wanted Ryan to literally be called out and that they are problematic and shitty person. Because this is the second time he has made disgusting comments towards me about a situation regarding a manipulator and sex pest. I'm so sick of it. With that established, here's why Anonymous had to say about their experience with Ryan, which has been going on for over a year. Oh, and what? Is this somebody talking about Ryan talking about Sylvie to them again? It's not even Ryan messing with them. God, dude. Oh, I know you're not a rape apologist. Ryan was trying to use a recent experience I went through where someone I used to edit for was exposed as a sex pest and manipulator to manipulate people as a gotcha moment to prove their point that I would be friends with someone worse than a rape apologist. I didn't know the person I edited for was a creep until the day of, a few hours before, I made that tweet and I immediately cut ties with him and stepped down as his editor, which was literally in the same screenshot Ryan used to prove her point. She's also been calling me the R slur throughout the entire convo thread as well. Accused blank of being racist when I asked for proof. She never showed proof. She hasn't apologized for saying I'd be friends with a rape apologist. Under a tweet where I said I'm an SA victim, and whenever I called her out every few months about it, she would avoid it or say I'm beating a dead horse. Yeah, Ryan asked me to show proof of her harassing someone. I showed her the same tweet where she said I'd be friends with a rape apologist unprovoked, and then said, show me someone other than you. And once I showed others, she has harassed. Suddenly, she went quiet. Also, for some context on one of Ryan's screenshots, that she desperately failed to make me look like a shitty person. She tried to use a tweet I made a while ago where I expressed that a user by the name blank was exposed recently. You can't blank out all the identifying information, because then we don't know anything you're talking about. At this point, it's just like he says, she said. Sylvie does know he just exposed whoever this person was, right? Did he? Where? Am I missing it? Anyways, Blank was exposed recently for being a sex pest, cheater, and manipulator. I then made a tweet where I said I saw the experiences about him and I automatically cut ties with him and stepped down as his editor. Ryan then scrolled through my account when I blocked her, found that tweet that I made weeks ago, took a screenshot of it, and tried to say I'm a shitty person because I was friends with a sex pest and manipulator when I didn't know he was those things until I saw people's experiences about him. Ryan then said I was wrong about you being friends with a rape apologist, but you were friends with someone who's worse. I repeatedly said I didn't know he did those things, and Ryan was trying to argue the fact you still edited for him, which is such a terrible argument because I only edited one audio for Blank. I did not know he was a sex pest, cheater, and manipulator. I immediately cut ties with him when I found out what he did. I'm confused by this person in general, because at first they say they were their editor. Like, they were doing all their editing work. And then down here, they change it to, I did one audio for them. Like, if this person is real, they're not really keeping their own story straight. I told her it was really shitty of her to bring up a situation where multiple people have suffered and were really hurt to desperately fail at pinning me as a shitty person for formerly being friends with a shitty person, but cut ties with them when I use punctuation. Jesus Christ. When I immediately found out what he did to multiple people and how it was weird of her to scroll down my account and try and find things to use as a gotcha moment towards me. The post I made about Blank was on January blank. You can't blur out everything. I made about the original tweet was February blank. When I was out of town on vacation, I even asked Ryan to show proof of how Blank was racist, and every time I asked, she never did show proof. She would bring up topics that had nothing to do with the original topic at hand, or try to make someone look like a shitty person when the actual shitty person is her. They would accuse me of being obsessed for simply calling out the fact that she invalidated my experience as an SA victim by saying I'd be friends with a rape apologist, and then saying I'm friends with someone who's worse than a rapist apologist. And every time I've asked for an apology, she would simply not apologize and say I was beating a dead horse. Yet in the same breath said I've always dodged accountability when I'm not the one who's in the wrong and didn't even do anything wrong. Lama foul. She says I'm running my mouth about her when it's just me calling her out for what and who she truly is. Majority of her comments is her insulting me and calling me the R slur. Every time I've asked her for proof of the many accusations she would hurl, she wouldn't give it to me a majority of the times, but when I was asked for proof, I immediately sent it. Ain't reading all that, I'm happy for you. No, we're sorry that happened. Yeah, there's so much crap. And then Sylvie comes back in to say, I can at least attest to seeing these interactions for myself and can verify the legitimacy of the claims being leveled against Ryan. I don't trust you, Sylvie. You're not a trustworthy person, and you've not established yourself as a trustworthy person. That takes a lot of history, and you don't have that history. I am not including those interactions here because I want to ensure Anonymous does not have anything to connect back to them. Ryan does not by any means care for the victims he pretends to if they don't fit their narrow worldview. If they don't fit their views on other people, they will attempt to break you down and paint you as an awful person. It's less so about them caring for those that hurt, but more about how much damage they can cause to anyone's reputation. Whether that's calling a victim of sexual assault awful things and baselessly accusing them of things only they came up with their head, to stripping the ability of victims of abusive, manipulative relationships, the ability to be victims without manipulating one miscommunication out of context Discord message to rob them of any chance of healing properly and being happy. He's talking about himself there. He is whining that he isn't allowed the space to be a victim. Sylvie, you're not a victim. You were never a victim. Like, everything you've ever said about your ex is that you're just like, you're upset that she didn't stay with you, basically. And you still stayed friends with her. You fucking weirdo. To them, this is what brings them joy. They spend hours a day arguing with people on the internet, and when someone blocks them, they call them a backstabber, a coward, a slur, you name it. Ryan is, in my opinion, one of the most toxic V-tweeters in this space, and I hope this document can bring more attention to this individual, in hopes more creators are aware of them. Once again, please do not go out of your way to harass this person, because that won't take away the hurt he's caused so many. Rather, just block, report for harassment, move on, and keep your communities informed and safe. So you say don't harass, but just so you know, asking people to spam report somebody is harassment. I don't know why he doesn't realize that. You can't refer to yourself as a reliable source for your own claims without a name on these DMs. It's just Sylvie's word. Yeah. Also, hi Raiders. I hope you guys had a good stream. We're almost done. Okay, this is the last one. Live update, I guess. The doc has already been posted, but I just discovered that Ryan actually has a second account. Seems like they abandoned it a year ago, but they have recently started being active on it again. So add this to your block list if you haven't already. Okay, Sylvie. Fantastic. I want to show Raiders, and especially Akko. Where is it? A little further down. So in Sylvie's thread here, I can actually just pull you in to talk about it, right? Here, I will, let me call you instead of popping in a chat. Actually, I'll just pop in your chat since you're done streaming anyways. Hello.
Hello.
My stream is still going, by the way. Are you fine being on it?
That's fine, that's fine. I was listening to you.
And where is my things?
I'm playing a cute little Garden Zen game now.
That's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I don't want to do. I'm just gonna add a new browser capture.
I must ask, how many times were we all mentioned collectively inside Ryan's document?
You guys were not. I was.
He should have just named this to the Mizu and Ryan document. I'm surprised he hasn't made one on you yet.
Actually, he did. So,
what?
are you still watching the stream?
Yes, I am still watching the stream. I have it muted now.
Also here, just so you guys can see it live, I'll just screen share. It'll be easier.
Okay.
And then chat can get your live reaction. So, he mentions Under the Tea a couple times. But,
yes.
Largely, the only time he mentions anyone by name, he mentions me. It's me or Under the Tea. And I noticed this part. In one of the threads that was discussing the drama at the time, I engaged with it by pointing out one of the host's history of transphobia and racism. And I was like, I didn't notice this link before. What is this? Inside his Ryan document, there is a Mizu document.
Oh my gosh. By
Look at
him?
this. Yeah.
Have you read this?
I have. We read this on stream. Nested in the Ryan document is an actual Mizu call-out document.
Oh my gosh.
And
how old is
he
this?
included the Knives Chow tweet.
Yes. Didn't you want to like find a way to capture that for the future?
Yeah, so he included the Knives Chow tweet. He included this joke I made about this incest manga I found. He included my old accounts. He included like the time we showed like his totally real docs on stream.
Now remind me that
he
was
included
back when he...
the entire conversation with Proctor.
Wait,
for the -8 thing.
Oh my god! Why? Oh, excuse me. Why did he do that?
I don't know, but I saw it and it was the best thing ever. Because I almost think this is more legitimate than the Ryan document part. Because, like, look, right? After we get through all of this, where he's mostly talking about us, then it's just pictures of Ryan for 50 pages.
And now I see why you were able to get through it so quickly. Holy shit.
Yeah, there's, like, look, there's no other context provided. It's just pictures of Ryan calling him a rape apologist. Which I already said, Ryan is super autistic and shouldn't be doing this. So I gave Sylvie those points.
I mean, ultimately, this sounds like he made a Ryan document to make a document about you.
Yeah.
But he labeled it as a Ryan document to not make it about a you thing. But so, it's about you.
To point it out directly, this is page 42. He starts posting pictures on page 10. So 32 pages of this is just Ryan's tweets. And they're basically the same tweet over and over. There's really nothing else here. Anytime he actually talks, he talks about Under the Tea or me. And in this, I don't even know how you do this in Imgur. I didn't know you were allowed to do this in Imgur. In Imgur, when he posts like pictures of my tweets, under every single one, he has like a blurb where he talks about it. So there's actually more of him directly responding to me and my tweets than there is for Ryan.
Okay. How schizo is it of me to say that I think somebody helped him with this part specifically?
They might have. I just think this is hilarious. Because I think I genuinely have like a Mizu call-out document now.
And you didn't even sexually harass somebody. I'm congratulations. You've just mentally exhausted some fat Slovenian.
I did.
I
just think it's hilarious.
Holy shit.
I absolutely adore that somehow, like, this ended up about me still.
Like, I'm sorry, Ryan, but this is not about you now. This is literally not made for you. This was made for me. So even in your own call-out doc, you don't get it to yourself. That's so mean.
I think it's beautiful. And I think I'm definitely confirming that there is like some homoerotic fixation with me.
You think so?
Absolutely.
I don't understand what it is, but it's there. Also, I need to post this in the Discord real quick, because nobody told me.
Got that hard typing going.
I love it. It's so funny, and I don't know what to like how to address this.
This is.
I think it's more funny that this came out right when I started up my old account again. And he mentions I can't show it on stream because there's my sussier post in here.
Does he include your butt pictures?
No. Mostly just this one. He saw this tweet where I said that like when it's a drawing, the age literally doesn't matter because you could just make it up. And his takeaway from that is he's saying age really is just a number, unironically.
Oh my gosh. Oh, listen, all I'm going to say is I don't feel like he's smart enough to make a call-out doc this good. I think somebody helped him, and I already have some schizo theories on who they could potentially be.
Yeah, so this is my the account that just started up that has all the butt pictures on it. He has seen it because he specifically says this account has been unsuspended. He's seen it and he knows it's unsuspended.
Has he blocked you on that one?
Yes.
Okay.
That's also the one where we have all of our conversation with. So I have all my DMs with him, so no. I like this one, right? Where people are talking about the don't ship Aqua and Ruby, and I just said counterpoint, incest is hot. And his only comment on it is ooh. And then I made a follow-up because some of the Ren and Lin kids were getting mad at me. So I said, send me your best Ren x Lin or Ren x Lin x Miku art. The world must know the truth. Incest is wincest. And he just said, ooh, ×2.
Does this man not know that you are joking?
No, he thought that he does, but he pretends I'm not. Because, like, with the Knives Chow tweet up here, his blurb on it says, I understand this is almost certainly sarcasm, but it's still hella weird to make a pro-underage marriage joke like this. Also, yes, Young, there's a call-out post about Ryan, and it ends up being way more about me than anyone else.
Again, Ryan, I feel like Mizu needs to pay you for the reparations of not getting his own call-out doc that's actually about him. Like, he spent less time on Ryan than he did on you.
Yeah. Like, everything about Ryan is just the pictures. And then, like, it immediately just devolves into under the T, under the T, under the T. And then even, like, how he ends the document is ignoring, like, the supposed other person he has, which I don't believe, because there's no, like, proof of any of this.
Yeah.
He ends the document with, why do you still follow them, Ryan? And a picture of him following the Under the T podcast. That's how he ends his document about Ryan. I can't believe you put Ryan in the chair on their own doc. Chat, I loved this. This was a good night.
If this is the best he can do as an editor for some very big talents, then I am not worried about this man whatsoever.
I think the funny part is, like, I even said, because I can even agree with him that some of the stuff Ryan does is unhinged, and I kind of scolded Ryan in chat, because Ryan's in my chat right now. Like, no, stop going around and, like, spamming people. It's kind of cringe, and it's kind of retarded.
I agree. Probably should not be doing that. Yeah.
But it's like, block him and ignore him.
That's what I like legitimately, there's so many people, you know, that like Petra person that I occasionally see in your replies, and I'm just like, oh, what's this weird person that I've muted? Oh, it's them. It's almost always them. I have them muted, and I don't think they know that I have them muted because I never see their tweets ever.
Yeah.
I have to like look on somebody else's account, like, who the fuck is this person I muted? Realize it's them, and then I'm like, oh, I wonder how many times they've tweeted me, and it's every single day.
They like all my ass pictures, by the way.
That's funny.
To be fair, you'd be surprised at the people that like those pictures.
I probably would be, now that I think about it.
I'm not, but I know what people are into. Muted isn't blocked, so they don't know. Fair. I loved this document. This was a fantastic one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Sylvie, just release one that's specifically targeted towards me, so I can say without a shadow of a doubt there's a Mizu document. Because some people are going to say this Imgur document doesn't count.
I'm going to say that you weren't properly attacked.
Oh, I love it. I will send you this Imgur document, and you can like just kind of look over it.
I'm so excited.
It's so funny.
I will read it in bed like a woman's porno.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Like, you know how a woman sits in bed with her books. That's how I will read it.
It's just so good.
You know that... Oh, you know what meme that we need to have done? You know that Wolverine picture where he's holding a picture and he's laying down? I need that to be Sylvie, but in that picture is just a picture of you.
Weirdest moment of stolen valor. you can hate the person but respect the fat ass. Apparently, I'm convinced that's why Sylvie posted this, because he's confirmed that he's seen my old account. And literally the only thing on that account right now is pictures of my butt.
Oh, man.
Also, if you're here, thank you very much to the person who got me a new selfie stick, because it's freaking awesome. My only complaint is it's a little heavy because it's very heavy duty.
How heavy is it?
I mean, it's weighty. It's not like break my arm heavy, but it is like, unless I'm focusing on it, I might drop it kind of heavy. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Like, I have to actively think about holding it. It is very nice, though, and it works very well, and the Bluetooth remote on it is fantastic.
Oh, Lord Hawkeye says you're welcome.
Yeah, they got it for me. It was very nice. It's a selfie defense stick. Genuinely, you probably could knock somebody out with it. It's very heavy.
Careful there.
Ooh, one of my close friends is streaming right now. They have actually done very well for themselves on Twitch since I helped them get into it, and I'm very proud of them.
Who?
Chisoon.
I don't think I know them.
Well, if you're watching on Twitch, you're gonna get sent over there. On YouTube, I don't know if I can do anyone on YouTube. Do you know anyone streaming on YouTube right now?
Maybe Lumi?
Is she? No, I think she's done.
Oh.
Because she doesn't pop up in my list. Oh no, she's still streaming. Why doesn't she pop up in my list? She's in the bathroom. Why am I not subscribed to Lumi on this account?
Oh, well, Hypnotic is done. I don't know anybody else that would be streaming.
You know what, chat? We're gonna send y'all to Lumi. Just wait for her to get back from the bathroom. She'll probably be back shortly.
She'll be surprised.
Yeah. But I'm gonna send y'all over to Lumi. So be good for Lum Lum. However, since Lum Lum is my friend, you are allowed to be a lot more liberal with what you say to her. And on Twitch, please be nice to my friend Chisoon. She's very sweet, and I think she deserves a little more attention. If you can, and you have some time, say something nice in her chat. Be friendly. And good night, chat. I love you all. Don't forget, Monday is movie night. You can stop by my Discord if you want to watch a movie. Let me get the link for y'all if you want to join.
Oh, she DM'd me.
Who DM'd you?
Oh, I can't say. Lumi did.
Oh. But I'll give y'all a link to the Discord if you want to join us. I don't know what we're watching tomorrow, but we're going to watch something fun. As we all do. So just drop by, guys. It'll be great. Night, everybody.